It's another day. It's another day. This Vlogmas is so much harder than the last one. I didn't do it last year. I did it the year before. So this is my second time doing it. But the other, I was so much more prepared. I don't know what happened. Like November just flew by so fast for me that usually I take like that Thanksgiving weekend to prepare for Vlogmas, and I did not. Before I knew it, it was December 1st, and I'm like, so I've been all these days just recording, editing, recording, editing, recording, editing. And especially because I'm doing it across all of my social medias, I'm like back to back to back to back to back doing stuff. Well, today we're gonna make pizza for dinner, and we're gonna make our homemade dough. So usually my homemade dough that I make, it's like more than enough for like 2 or 3 pizzas, but you can also use this dough for bread. Like that's mainly the basis of this like dough. It's like for bread, but you can use it for pizza too. Like it's so good. Shout out to the Italian I once worked with, because he was the one that taught me this recipe and how to do this. So we're gonna go through the steps. We're gonna do this together. We're going to make dinner together. I'm debating, yeah, I think I'm gonna make the loaf of bread too, because this recipe makes enough for you, because you could split it in half and you can have a loaf of bread and also a large pizza. I make the pizza in this large cookie sheet because making a circle is just hard. Whereas when I put it in here, I can roll it and like push it in here, and just it makes the shape. So let's go ahead and just do this together. So I am recording this for YouTube Shorts too, and Reels, whatever, what have you. So we're doing 2 things at once. Situated. But it's a very easy recipe. It's literally only 4 ingredients. It's water, flour, sugar, yeast, salt. 4. The 5th would be the olive oil. That's it. We're gonna start off with 3 cups of lukewarm water. It should be like 115 degrees. The best thing to do is just run the hot water in your sink and probably let it cool down for maybe 2 minutes, and it should be good. It needs to be a certain level of warmth just because it's for the yeast to be able to activate and do its thing. So here I have my 3 cups. I'm going to use a meat thermometer just to check the temperature. It should be good. So we want it to be like 115 degrees. And this is actually only 107, so let me get more hot water and then take some out. This is the first, only because the first because the first cups of water that I put in wasn't that hot. Oh, pretty perfect. 114. So we'll need 1 teaspoon of sugar. Where are my measuring spoons? 1 teaspoon of sugar. And just swirl that around, because this is going to feed the yeast. And you'll need 2 packets of instant yeast. And if you don't have the packets and just want to use, like if you have like a jar of instant yeast, I think it's about a tablespoon of yeast. I once had the jar, but I didn't make this enough to use it, and it eventually died. And then you want to whisk. It's It's funny actually, on the back of this yeast packet is a recipe for pizza crust, and it's very close to the recipe that I'm doing. It's just in a smaller, like a smaller batch size. Okay, so you're gonna want to make sure you see bubbles in your water. Let me grab the camera because this means that your yeast is activated and working correctly. And then next, you'll want to do 2 tablespoons of salt. Now we're going to do a 1/4 cup of olive oil. And after every time you are adding something, you do want to whisk. Okay, so now we're going to put in the flour, and we're going to I forgot the term of this, but sift flour. I don't know where my measuring cup is, so we're gonna use the 1/2 cup. We're gonna start off with 6 cups of flour, and basically you want the dough to be loose, but if you think you need more, add in more, but it's basically 6 to 7 cups of flour. So that means I need to put in 12 of these, so 9. Okay, I stopped at 9. Let me do this a while because there's not that much space, but you want to use a type of like spatula like this to be able to mix everything together. I'm gonna put it all in because it was already looking pretty good, so it's like the skincare freaking video I recorded and uploaded. Making a damn mess. I was making a mess doing the skincare, making a mess here. Flour everywhere. Looking more stretchy. I'm gonna just add in the rest of this flour because I think it's gonna be perfect. Okay, so dough is finished. Let me show you what it looks like. Here it is. It is pretty loose, as you can see, and it sticks a little bit, but that's how you want it. So we're going to cover this with a towel, doing this one-handed, and it's gonna let it rise for like an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour, probably like, it's been like 45 minutes. We're starving, so I don't want to wait any longer. I'm gonna uncover my dough, and it has risen. Let me show you guys what it looks like. It rose. Probably if I would have left it on for longer, it would rise some more. What we're gonna do is fold the dough again, and I'm gonna put you closer so you guys can see what this looks like that. Basically, we're just gonna fold the dough. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is grease my pan with some olive oil, so that way it's ready. I already have my oven preheating to 450. I'm just gonna use a brush to spread this oil. Make sure I get the edges too. Okay. So I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to divide my dough. I'm going to take some of it out for my pizza. Actually, before I do that, let me wash my hands. Okay, so I washed my hands, and what we're going to do is put olive oil on my hands so that way we can be able to pick up what we need. So we're just going to take good amount and plop it right onto our pan. I'm gonna take a little bit more. That should be good. Since this is for bread, I'm going to cover it to rise for another 20 minutes. Put this aside, and we're gonna work on our pizza dough. So a little bit of olive oil right on top. I'm gonna spread it with the brush. That way it doesn't get too sticky now. And we're gonna press it and work it. Just spread it. There, now it's spread out. Wash my hands. So now I'm putting this to the side so it can rise. And now we're going to grease a pan, whatever, loaf pan, or wherever you're going to put in your bread. Doesn't really matter what you put it in. Just grease it. And we're gonna put it in the oven so that way it can heat up, because then we're going to plop our dough in there while it's hot. Okay, so it's been some time. I'm bringing this back over here. And we're just gonna put some Italian seasoning on it, just for, I don't know, some flavor. And I'm just gonna lightly press that in. Okay, so we're gonna bake this for 10 minutes. And at the same time, I'm taking out my loaf. we have this. Drop in the dough for the bread. Some more olive oil just over top. (15 to 20 minutes). Okay, so I just took the pizza dough out of the oven. You don't want it to fully cook because obviously you're gonna put your toppings, but you want it to cook enough so that your toppings don't burn. So we're gonna go ahead and put toppings on it. Whatever pizza sauce your heart desires, of course. And then use freshly grated cheese because nothing is worse than putting on already shredded cheese because it's not going to melt right. So if you use freshly grated, it's going to melt so much nicer, taste so much better. I only like cheese, so I'm only putting cheese on my side, but my husband likes pepperoni, so he's getting pepperoni on his side. Gonna find the middle and just cover it. Alright, so we're just going to put it back in the oven so that it can finish cooking. It is time. So here's the pizza. I'm going to let it cool a little bit before we cut into it, and I'll show you what it looks like once we bread has also come out. What we're gonna do is pop it out of here so as it cools down the edges stay crispy. So that's how it looks. the bread. So good. Crispy on the edges, fluffy on the inside. Oh well. Here is a pepperoni slice and cheese slice. So freaking good. Thank you guys so much for watching how to make dough and make a pizza with us and making some bread with us. With us, it's just me here. But anyway, if you guys like me showing you guys some recipes and cooking videos, let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one.